Hello everyone, welcome to Crystal Eclipse. My name is Jessica. In this video, I'll be asking the cards about your future spouse and their family's thoughts and first impressions of you. So it's mainly their family. This could also be their close friends, like the friends that they consider family, and anything that they think of, anything, that comes across their mind, the way that they see you, the way that they feel about you, when it comes to this first meeting. So I have 4 stacks for you all to choose from today. Starting over here, we have rose quartz, Labradorite, we have aura quartz, and lastly clear quartz. So choose whichever stone or pile calls out to you. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can check the description box or the comment section for timestamps if you'd like to skip directly to the stack or stacks that called out to you. And remember, if multiple stacks called out to you, feel free to go with multiples and take whatever you feel is actually meant for you. Sometimes the entire stack or reading might not feel like it's entirely meant for you, but there might be tidbits here and there that actually truly resonate with your story, your situation. So let's go ahead and get started. Starting with our first stack here, we have that rose quartz. I've already laid out all of the cards when it comes to their family's first thoughts, first impressions, overall opinion of you. I'll go over the cards that I pulled out quickly so you know what's on the table. We have the Empress, the Hanged Man, the Two of Swords with decision and direction. We have the Knight of Cups with charm and passion, the Nine of Cups with gratitude and fulfillment. Down here we have 4 oracle cards. We have Peace, Loyal Heart, the Cherokee Stocking Stick Tradition with truth, and the Great Wall of China with boundaries. So we have a lot of different cards coming out, but there's a lot to do with love. So we have a very, very strong, grounded love energy that's coming through these cards. We're starting off really strong with the Empress. So we already see with the Empress, she has that sort of mother energy within that card. So there's already very strong energy within her of family. Not only that, but she's like the matriarch, right? She has that energy of being the one that's on top, the one that decides upon everything, the one that makes the final decision. And her coming through in that first position when it comes to their family just says that they're very accepting of you, very approving of you. They're very happy that you've come along. And I think there's a big energy that was almost like weighing on their mind prior to your arrival, or now if you haven't met this person. With the Hanged Man, the Hanged Man energy sometimes has this look at it from the past point of view rather than looking at it from a different angle currently. And if the Hanged Man is coming out next to the Empress with the Two of Feathers as well, this decisions, directions, being sort of stuck between good and bad. We see past energy there that says that whoever came along before you, whatever energy this future spouse was in prior to your arrival, it really was not a good place for them. The people did not compare to you. The energy, the emotions, the vibe, even just the way that this person communicated with them, it seems like this was just a complete sort of off the wall experience for them. Not only that, but I feel like your energy coming through, it was almost like a relief that they can be at peace with it. We see peace here. A lot of the time the cups coming out would be a sign of peace. So they meet you, they get to know you, and that first impression is like, we don't have to worry. This one's good. This one's right. This is the right one. So complete contrast day and night between you and the previous one. We see that in the Hanged Man. We see that in the Two of Swords. Just completely different energy. They have such an immense attachment to you upon meeting you. It's just like immediate. We see all these cards that the peace, right, with like the hearts that are flying all over. We see the Loyal Heart with, they're sort of like made for each other, right? So that's that soulmate energy. Even though there's a soulmate card in that deck, I still feel like there's a strong energy there. Both of these cards have eggs in them, which is birth, a new life, a fresh start. So they're seeing you as this person who can start off this new stage, this new journey for their family member, because you have a completely different way about you. They have like an appreciation for your honesty, your you have almost like a slight sort of like tough love approach, but they know that everything you do, everything you feel is done solely from a place of love. So there is a strong, almost like an admiration coming through, something where they feel just really happy to have somebody with your mentality in this person's life, because it's something that they've been waiting for and hoping for, but it just didn't seem like it was coming through, or at least it was taking a lengthy time. And I say lengthy time because for some reason with that Great Wall of China and boundaries, I'm seeing that the wall, you know, and how long it is. It seems like it goes on forever, and it's almost like that's the wait for you and this future spouse. It's like it seems like forever to get to this point where you can be together, but it all has like a wonderful energy to it because these cards are so strong. Even with the Knight of Shells and the Nine of Shells, they're like completion in journeys, or they're almost at like that final stage. So we see the Knight that would go on to become the King or the Queen, you know. We see the Nine of Shells that would go on to become the Ten of Shells. So the Knight of Cups becoming the Royals, you know, and the Nine of Cups becoming the Ten of Cups. The perfect scenario, the dreamed of life that, you know, is sort of like only in fantasies or fairy tales, but it's actually achievable here. And that's why I'm saying this. Like with this family, it just seems like they're just so happy to have somebody there, and it's, you know, in front of them. We have truth, which is, you know, like the universe coming through saying, you know, it's not fake, it's not a lie, it's not something that's too good to be true. It's exactly what it looks like. It's the right person, the right timing, the right relationship to, you know, get behind, the right person to support. So this is really a strong stack. There's nothing I can really say that will like put it out there enough, you know, explain it enough to you, because I really do feel like with this, these cards, the way that they're just almost like, they're all hopeful. They're all sort of moving forward. They all have this positivity to it, beside the one where it's saying that in the past, you know, that lineup, that match was not right, and they were just waiting for it to sort of turn around. And I do feel like it was this person choosing to sort of like let go of whatever that was and make the decision to move forward towards something that was better for them. So sometimes when that Knight of Cups comes through, it's somebody who has to go on a journey for themselves to better their own soul, to get to their soulmate, or that, you know, divine partner, that one that is like intended from the highest powers. Sometimes it just takes that journey, but we see a true match. So they see it. And I think the way that you two like interact with each other in front of the family, the way that you get each other's jokes, the way that you're able to really just like bond with each other and, you know, talk well to each other, communicate efficiently, everything about it, it's just like they see this as refreshing, something that is almost like exciting to them. Like they're just so happy that this has finally come through. It's such a good place to be. And on top of that, I think with this family, they might have a larger family, and that's only because I'm seeing a lot of cups, or a lot of like love energy with these two cards down here, the Peace and the Loyal Heart, as well as the two cup cards up there. I'm feeling a lot of family in the Empress herself. Normally her depiction can indicate a large family, but I'm feeling like they have a big group around them. So there's a lot of people to, you know, welcome you in. And I feel like that's what exactly they do. You know, you feel immediately welcomed in from the first day you meet them. It might also be because this future spouse just tells them that, you know, you are their soulmate, you are everything, you were perfect, you were exactly what they've been looking for. And they, you know, build you up so much that they just think the world of you before you even get a chance to meet. And then they meet you and it's like, it's true. You know, they didn't lie. They didn't over exaggerate. They didn't say anything that was, you know, far-fetched. It was all accurate about you. Every single thing. The peace you give, the loyalty, the, you know, the promotion, the happiness, the build up, you know, that like the serenity that you have about you, the way you communicate well to them, the way you're honest, but always very supportive. These are all things that they want, because I feel like this person is all that to you. And I think that's a lot of what happens within this family, is that they want somebody who, you know, is able to return what this person gives out, because I feel like this is a very loving person, pretty much based off of their family. It seems like they came from a very loving family and they're a very loving person. But that's what I'm seeing here with that first stack. It just seems really wonderful. I do really think that this family seems fantastic. Just the way that they're coming out, it just really has a nice energy to it. That's what I'm seeing there with that rose quartz and that first stack. I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I hope you have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye bye. Starting with our second stack here, we have that Labradorite up here. I've already laid out all the cards and I'll go over them quickly so you know what's on the table for their family's thoughts and first impressions of you. So starting over here, we have the Nine of Wands, the Chariot, the Star with peace and healing, the Two of Wands with insight and focus, Lovers with choice and trust. Down here we have our 4 Oracle cards. We have Planning with Machu Picchu, Growth with the Amazon rainforest in Brazil, Clean It Up, and Imagine. So we have a pretty good sort of display of cards of different points that these people are coming from, different areas, different sort of mindsets. And I think the good thing is we're starting off with the Nine of Wands, which might not seem good, but it actually is a very good energy, because we're seeing somebody who is sort of like prepared for the worst but still hopeful. So that might be just because there have been some people in this future spouse's past that, you know, have not been the best, and they're sort of like, you know, who's coming in. Like, to be honest, sometimes that energy comes out just because there's that lingering, you know, negativity from the past. So they're like, you know, I'm not sure if I want to really meet this person, or, you know, you say all these good things, but how, you know, truthful are they? Who is this person really? But even though they're a little like apprehensive, they're a little held back when it comes to this, there's still this openness and this desire to, you know, meet you, to welcome you in, to see if there's anything that they can do to sort of like, you know, change this mindset that is going on. So it's actually a good energy, and we see the arrival of you brings out a completely different energy. We go from this like, you know, fearful, that wounded warrior within the Nine of Wands, into the Chariot, and the Chariot's energy is like, it's indicating something fresh, something brand new, something that you know, is completely unlike anything they've seen before. And it leads into the Star with peace and healing. So it has a similar vibe to the previous stack, pile 1 with the Rose Quartz, because we see that peace and healing and movement forward. But in this stack, we see why there's this energy of peace and healing. It's like they're able to see the future with you. And that's also because planning and growth have come out. With you, unlike with the previous people or any other energy that's been in their life, there wasn't really a clear future. So they didn't see marriage, they didn't see a family, they didn't see, you know, any of those things you hope for, or they hoped for with this person. They didn't see it clearly, and they didn't see how those other people could provide that, or even, you know, do anything to sort of like make those dreams come true. But with you, there's this alignment of dreams and hopes, aspirations that allow for these things to be successful, so to actually come through for them. So say you want kids and they want kids, they see that there's a future with children, you know, or you want to both like do really well in school or in your careers, or you know, get promotions or save up for something, go abroad, any of those things. They see that those are possible with you because your energy is completely different from the past. There's something that really matches well now that allows for those things to sort of be removed, whatever that was in the past, whatever held them back, whatever was, you know, not the best energy for them. All those things are, you know, removed so that these new beginnings can come along. Two of Acorns also has a planning energy to it, taking the step. It's in the planning process, and we see planning over here that leads into love, and then of course planning over here leading into love, like this growth, this like growth from just, you know, meeting this person and having a connection into, of course, marriage. That's what I mean by growth. So there's this really great way that they see you, and it's just based off of the conversations they have with you, based off of getting to know you. And I think all the people that you meet, they're just like, you know, very like accepting and welcoming, but like enthusiastic about it, because you're bringing such a completely different like vibe, whatever it is, hope, like anything that you have about you, it's so completely different from the past, from even it, like, it's not to say just solely from like previous relationships this person might have had. It's like their own mindset of maybe just being negative and thinking that these things were never coming through for them, and then you come in and you know, finally prove that all those things are possible. Maybe you're the one that says, you know, you can chase after your dreams, you can do what you want, you can, you know, have more hopes than just what exists in like the small town you're in or something. You know, it's those things where it's like the future is yours, you can do whatever you want, and that just having that energy like revitalizes them, brings them into this really wonderful place, and they're very appreciative of that. They're very happy that somebody is able to give them that new mindset, that new like openness, that new spirit that they've been like desperate need of for a while. But there's also some other things when it comes to these cards, when it comes to their first impression, when it comes to their thoughts, their opinions. I do think that the way that these cards are sort of coming out, it's sort of interesting because I think your attitude is sort of something unexpected. With Clean It Up and Imagine, it's almost like you have this way of like you're strong minded, you know, but you're not like a pushy person. You have your own thoughts, you know, you have what you want in life. You are very committed to your own dreams, your own goals, and you're not like shying away from saying those things. Like you say, this is what I want, and you know, I'm not settling, I'm not you know, willing to sort of like meet halfway. And they sort of love that because it's refreshing. It's like you come in and you say these things and you have this strong sort of power about you that's like, you know, good, get what you want, get your dreams, you know, continue to chase after those things, don't let anybody take them away from you. But also it's like refreshing because you also are able to motivate this person to do those things, and it sort of like gets them up and gets them active as well. And that's where we see Clean It Up and Imagine. It's like, get yourself together and build this beautiful future. Just get all those things, you know, working on manifestation. And it's something that they can move forward with. And we see that in Lovers. It's two people who can move forward together. So it's a journey of sort of like togetherness where you're very independent, you know, individuals, but you also rely on each other to move you to the next stage that you need to be in. And it's sort of like needing that other person to get you into that stage. And that's why we see planning and growth. We see this energy of movement, Chariot to peace. It's all this energy, and they see that you're the one that's sort of going to, you know, start the fire. You know, you're sparking it and you're creating that ignition that's needed to move this person into the stage that I think everybody's known that they could be in, you know, for a while. Not to mention, I think they see such compatibility with the way you both sort of like can joke with each other, or the way you're almost like able to get this person to be happier. They see that and they're like, you know, that's so nice. That's, you know, such a fantastic energy to see that person in. So it's really great. I think there's not as much like true love like which was in the previous stack, but I feel like here it still has that energy of like just really accepting you because they know what you bring to the table. They know that you can lead to this like really amazing future for this person, but they also know that you're going to be of like great value, great importance to them, somebody who is irreplaceable. But that's what I'm seeing with this second stack and that Labradorite over there. And I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye bye. Starting with our third stack, we have that Aura Quartz over there. I should show you close up so you can see what it looks like. There we go. So I've already laid out all the cards for you. I'll go over them quickly so that you know what's out on the table. So when it comes to this family's thoughts and first impressions of you, you already know what cards are out here. So starting up here at the top, we have the Ace of Swords, the King of Cups. We have the Ten of Pentacles with stability and attainment. The Knight of Feathers with action and focus. This is the Knight of Swords. The Three of Cups with playfulness and bliss. And down here we have our 4 oracle cards. Breakthrough with the Moon Landing, Transformation with Rumi of Persia, the Tribe, and lastly, Higher Power. So this one is actually possibly so far the most sort of like communication based reading out of the 3 that I've done so far. But it actually shows a lot of communication here, a lot of sort of like information that we sort of want as to like more of a reason as to why they like you, how they feel about you, and anything that, you know, comes up. So there's a lot of information here. First off, I feel like this the one that stands out the most to me is the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is who I'm going to start with. Because King of Cups coming out after the Ace of Swords tends to have an energy of like, or a message of, I should say, of like going from one broken stage to a new stage. So maybe either an ex or previous relationship that maybe left them in a bad spot, or even just being in a bad place. This one in particular, because sometimes The King of Swords can indicate somebody who's divorced or single. I feel like more this one is like this person was single for quite a while. They didn't seem like they had anybody there, or they were trying to find somebody, but they just weren't finding somebody who really they felt a sincere or real bond with. So it was taking them quite a while, and they just wanted somebody who would settle down, who would be permanent, and that's something that's very hard to find. And I think they were almost like giving up on it. They were at this place where they're just like, yeah, it's probably never coming through for me, so why even bother, why even try to find this person, because it just seems like it's far-fetched, or it's never coming through. Like last ever chance is that this is going to happen. We see breakthrough and transformation come along, and these are like saying it's a complete turnaround. You arrive and all of a sudden they got their eyes on you, and you reignite all the things that had been burnt out, all the things that they forgot about, all the things that they put on their back burner, all the things that they thought would never come through for them. All of a sudden everything is back, and they're like, let's move forward. You have the 10 of Pentacles following that King of Cups, and this is what the King of Cups is looking at: that future, the family, the relationship, building a life together. And that's really what that 10 of Pentacles describes. It's building a future together, building stability, realizing your dreams, chasing after them, having your dreams come through to you in a permanent way, in a way that's not wavering. So this King of Cups energy, regardless of gender, is that person who's like actually ready, willing and ready to put their heart out there to find the right one, that's willing to give it a chance, to willing to have faith and hope in a situation that they never had hope in before, that they never had faith in before, and now they're ready to start something new. And they see before they even get to meet you, right before this family gets to actually meet you in person, they see this revival, this huge change in energy within this person, and they are so happy to see that the spark's back, that the hope is back, that the eyes on the future, that anything is possible, is back within them. There's so much joy you bring to this person, and they see the change that you bring about. So that's why we have it leading into all these other cards, and that's why the King of Cups coming out with such a big energy. We go from sort of like a sadness, a separation, a single life, a breakthrough, a transformation. We see it change into the King of Cups. We see the hopes and the establishment of a future. And then we have these other cards, which is like they're putting all their energy into you. They're working so hard to get that future with you. And they want this family to accept you, and they build you up, they hype you up. We see these three cards as the actual family. The family comes through and they're celebrating your arrival. They're welcoming you in. You are like immediately a part of this family. You are brought in within a second. Within the Three of Shells and the Tribe, those are two cards that have a strong family aspect to it. And it's strong in the sense of like, once you're part of them, you're always part of them. Like, you are basically blood related. There is no difference between you and anybody else once you are welcomed into this family, because there's more to this. We do have higher power here, and higher power, when it comes out, I see it a lot as like what whoever you believe in, whatever higher source you believe in, whenever it comes out, it's more of saying that this is something that was right to you, but also something that is shown to them. So they're able to see that you're the right person here. And they really get this more like spiritual connection with you. They feel it. They can feel that there's like a soul bond between the two of you, but also like within the whole family. Almost like you're reunited with the people that you were meant to be with, for a while. Or maybe like people that are an important part of your soul's journey through this lifetime, that like you're almost like you're brought in, you're brought into the right place, the right time. And I love that the Tribe is coming out, because the Tribe just really says exactly what you want it to say in this in this reading, that they accept you, they invite you in, they they reach out and grab you and pull you in. It's like, it's even a stronger energy than it looks like. It's something that's like, you don't even have a choice. You're immediately part of this family. And they see, the pureness to you. They see who you are, like, actually, like, inside, and getting to know you. They really do seem to be not only good people. Like, I do want to stress that they seem like they're very good people, but also I feel like there's a nice clarity on what what's sort of good, you know, and there might be like, they might not be completely like into spirituality, but I do feel like their ability to sort of see, it might be that they're a little more in touch with maybe, um, you know, like spirits or higher powers, whatever, than it seems like, or maybe than they're aware of. It might be that they're actually more in tune with, you know, source than what they give themselves credit for. But it does really seem like here, like they've got this grip on, you know, like soul connections that really is sort of like hard to describe. They really seem to understand things, and there might be like a larger family based on the tribe as well as the three of shells and this transformation with Rumi of Persia. I do feel like there's quite a group, even with the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles, Three of Cups, those two cards normally have a large group aspect to them. There's usually quite a few people in the cards, quite an extended family or like siblings. So I do feel like there's a lot of them, but I feel like all of them are equally accepting of you, very like gracious, very welcoming. It really seems like a nice environment. And if you yourself, like this might be for one person specifically, if you yourself don't really feel like you have a large family, or you don't feel like your family is accepting, or and you're sort of looking for somebody who has that family aspect, I do feel like this is what they have. Like they're a very tight-knit family. There might be a lot of them. It might be something to get used to, but it does seem like they have a really like lovely energy about them, very welcoming. But that's what I'm seeing with this third stack and that aura quartz over there. I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye bye. Starting with our fourth stack, we have that clear quartz over here. I've already laid out all the cards for their family's thoughts and first impressions of you. I will go over them quickly so you know what's out here on the table. Starting over here, we have the 5 of Cups. We have the 10 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles with manifestation and prosperity, the Queen of Swords with perception and truth, the Ace of Cups with happiness and abundance. Down here, we have our 4 Oracle cards. We have Strength with Joan of Arc in France, Trust with the Polynesian Voyagers in the Pacific Ocean. Then we have Unfinished Symphony and Deep Knowing. So I'm honestly going to be honest, this seems very similar to the previous stack. So if you recall to the Aura Quartz stack, you might want to watch that and see if any of that resonates with you. But this has a very similar energy to that. We have similar cards, but also similar, just overall like sort of a transit. We see that 5 of Cups. There's something there that says like a fixation on the past, a fixation on what was lost. This could be, like I said in the previous stack, it could be a previous relationship, but it could also just be things not going their way. So it could have been, you know, things that have happened over the last couple of years that have led to setbacks for them, and they were a little too focused on the setbacks and why they aren't necessarily where they want to be. This might also be your energy of like not being where you want to be, but I think their family was just sort of like, you know, be patient, just, you know, trust in what the universe holds for you, and the right person will come along at the right time. And we do see that transit from the 5 of Cups into that 10 of Pentacles, where we go from being alone, not having anything, to the actual family that's here. And this is multiple generation that's depicted within that 10 of Pentacles. So it's like it's coming through. And I think in a way, what's sort of different from that previous stack is, like, I felt like they had more of a spiritual connection within the previous stack. But with here, or within this stack, I honestly feel like the family was sort of praying for you, or whatever, you know, equivalent you have in whatever you believe in, manifesting you, whatever it is you want to put out there. I feel like this person's family has been working hard to get you to come through. We do have manifestation on the Ace of Pentacles there, but it seems like that's sort of their energy. It's like they've been waiting. They've been like, you know, this person, their family member, really needs to have you in their life. Like they're ready. They know that that would be the change that is needed to start something new, to begin again, to renew anything here, you know, just to get them into a better, brighter place. But they've been working on it, and they're like, please, you know, send this person, just send anyone, you know, but specifically this person. And I think they realized it immediately that they had actually sort of manifested you in their life, manifested the right person at the right time in this person's life. And it's just this big change. We see that lead to manifestation and prosperity with complete movement forward. And it comes in quickly because we have the Queen of Swords there. Very, very quick energy. We also have it leading all the way from the Ace of Pentacles to the Ace of Cups. And those are my two favorite aces because they indicate a permanent energy of prosperity, of you know, things being abundant in a more stable family money aspect. Here with the Ace of Cups, we see it in all areas, family, money, but we also see it in love and feeling like you're at a stage of, completion, of where your soul is happy and able to thrive at its like greatest stage. And so it's a lot of movement forward, a lot of like high energy, and it's great to like meet you. And I almost like, there's this weirdness where like it might sound weird to some of you, but I like, there's somebody out there specifically that it's going to apply to. It almost feels like somebody had a dream about you, or somebody already knew you were coming through. Like I feel like when you meet the family, somebody's going to say something like, oh, you look just like the person in my dreams, or I dreamt about you 3 times or something. It just seems like there's a weirdness where they already knew who you were, and they say something along those lines that sort of like tell you that, that tell you that they've already met you in a dream. But it might also feel like when you meet them that you also have that energy of like, I sort of know you, or there's a familiarity when it comes to their overall like the aura they give off, or the energy they give off. Like you almost feel like you felt it before, like you've met these people before, just because of that, manifesting. It might sound a little on the woo-woo side, but it does feel like there's this energy of just them really praying that you'd come through, so that this person can have, all that they know can come to them. We also have Unfinished Symphony. It's interesting because that's a 10 here. That's also a 10 over here. But with those 2 cards coming out, we see a sort of different energy to both of them. But Unfinished Symphony almost gives me this like feeling of they know what can finish it, meaning they know what's missing in the scenario, and it would be you here. So they're sort of like waiting for your arrival so that this person can, be completed, so that there's this wholeness. That is also what the Ace of Cups would signify, is the wholeness, no longer being, pieces or being separate. And we completely change from fixation on the past, fixation on what is separate within the 5 of Cups, and then we swap over to the Ace of Cups. That is fixation on all, whether it was lost or not lost. There is, a completion regardless. It's sort of like you had to experience everything in order to become the person that you are now, right? So you can't disregard something. You can't say, I wish, that never happened. I mean, well, you can technically say, I wish that never happened to me. But if it never happened to you, would you be the person that you are today? So there's this openness, there's this acceptance, there's this brightness, there's this enthusiasm, there's this like trusting that the universe has brought the right person. And I like that strength goes into trust here, and that Unfinished Symphony goes into deep knowing, because it's like they're handing it over to the universe. They're accepting you, they're embracing you, they're bringing you in, and then it's verified, basically. Like the universe comes through and says, here it is. Here's the sign that this is the right one. When you guys get married, when you start building your lives together, they see all that was like meant to be, all that was, reality coming through, or all that they imagined or knew to be reality one day starts coming through. So it's a very good like meeting for them, because they're such hopeful people. And I love the way that they have this like want, of you, and they see you and they're like, that's the person. So it's a very similar energy to the previous stack, because of that whole like this person's at a sort of loss, or at a mixed stage, at a stage where they're not quite sure what's going on, but they're trying to figure things out. And it's also got this own energy of like of feeling like they sort of like prayed for you, or wished for you, or put that energy out into the universe to bring you to them, to, of course, to their family members. So it's a really lovely energy. And I think the way that they almost like watch you two interact with each other, they're sort of like, look, that's what we knew was coming. That's what we expected. That's what we wanted. That's what we knew was possible. So now they're like, they have this happiness, and that's really their first impression, their thoughts of you. It's honestly, I really like this stack, because I mean, I like each stack. Honestly, they all came out really nice, and I like the individual energies of each. But I sort of like this one because I feel like the support at a spiritual level or like a deep understanding level is really very beautiful with this one in particular. But that's the first deck with clear quartz, and I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I hope you have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye bye.